Hello children. Today we are going to start the first chapter of the history, that is, uh, and the first chapter of the geography is tracing changes through 1,000 years. Before going to start the chapter, I would like to tell you something about this year's history and the last year's history chapter. Last year's history, whatever we have studied, it was an ancient history, means the old history we can say. This year we are going to study the medieval history. Which period we are going to study? We are going to study the medieval period. Means all the chapters that are given in this book are of the medieval period. Means right from the 8th to 18th century, this period is called as the medieval period. Right from the 8th to 18th century. Now which century is going on? 21st century. So in this book we are going to study the 8th to 18th century, means medieval period. So, the first chapter now we are going to start. The name of the chapter is Tracing Changes Through 1,000 Years. Means, in this chapter, basically we are going to understand that what are the changes, or whatever the changes have occurred in thousands of years, those all the changes in the past or in the history, we are going to understand, or we are going to trace, or we are going to study all these changes. See, there were so many changes, but as all the things we cannot study, the main and important points are given that were happened in our country through in this 1,000 years. So let us start the chapter tracing changes through 1,000 years. Now see, on the first page of the chapter, two maps are given, and both the maps are of maps are of India. The left side image that you can see, image number one, is prepared by Al-Idrisi. Who was Al-Idrisi? An Arab geographer. An Arab geographer has prepared the map of India in 1154, and another map is given that is drawn or made by the French cartographer in 1720. Means there is almost the difference of 700 to 600 years. As you can see, the 1154 and 1720. In between this time, the art of the cartography. What is cartography basically? Cartography is the science and art of making the maps. So, right from the 11th century to 18th century, right from the 12th century to 18th century, whatever the developments have occurred, with the help of that developments, the map making became so strong, and you can see the difference very well. In the image one, you cannot identify where is India actually, but in the image two, you can identify clearly that what where is southern part of India, where is Sri Lanka, where is northern India. All these things you can very easily understand. So, what the Al Idrisi has done is map the the Al Idrisi has made India upside down. If you can see this map, the here the black shadow is of Indian Ocean. This is Sri Lanka, and this is the southern tip of India that we can see here in south. Here we are seeing that in the north. That means the Arab geographer has made the map of India just opposite of nowadays map. Means he has made India upside down in this. So northern part of India is in the south and the southern part of India is in the north. And here this island in the Indian Ocean that you can see is a Sri Lanka. And these are all the Andaman and Nicobar. These Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep islands are there. So in this way the map he has made. Why these differences are occurring? This is because of these changes are occurring. Why these changes are occurring? This is because of uh, the development in the art and science of the cartography in between the 600 to 700 years period. So these kind of changes have occurred. Now we are going to see that changes not only occurred in the map. but the change occurred in various things. Even changes have occurred in the terms and the meaning. So whenever you study the history or whenever you study the past, that time whenever you are studying any particular word, the meaning of the word has also changed, or meaning of the terms have also changed. For example, as you can see here, uh, new and old terminologies. Historical records exist in a variety of languages. The term Hindustan was coined by Minaj Siraz, a chronicler who wrote in Persian for areas around Punjab, Haryana, and the land between the Ganga and the Yamuna. That means Minaj Siraz was a scholar who has written in the Persian language, and he has coined the word Hindustan. Now we call our country India, Bharat, or Hindustan in that way. So Hindustan, this word was coined by Minaj Siraj. He was a chronicler. He was a Persian chronicler. He has written all his writings in the Persian language. So Hindustan, this term was basically used for a particular region of India, that is Punjab, Haryana, and the land between Ganga and Yamuna. Whatever the land is there in between Punjab, Haryana, and land between Ganga and Yamuna River, only for this much of the part, the Hindustan, this term was used. But you know very well, nowadays we use this term for the whole country. So, in this way, the meaning of the Hindustan term is also changed because it was earlier used for Punjab, Haryana, and the land between Ganga and Yamuna. But now we call the Hindustan to the whole country, to the whole north to south, from Jammu and Kashmir to uh, Kanyakumari and even the islands. The whole country is called as the Hindustan. Babar used Hindustan to describe the flora and fauna of the culture of the inhabitants of the subcontinent. See, when the Babar entered India, he used the term Hindustan in a different way. Minaj Siraj used this term in a different way, and the Babar used this term in a different way. Babar used the term Hindustan to describe the flora and fauna. Flora means what? Flora means the plants and the vegetation. Fauna means the animal. To describe the plants and animals as well as the culture of the inhabitants of the Indian subcontinent, he has used the term Hindustan to describe all these things. So, the use of the term Hindustan by the Babar and by the Minaj Siraz is very well different, as you can see here clearly. In 14th century poet Amir Khusro was the court poet of Alauddin Khilji. You have heard about him in the Padmavat movie. So, in 14th century, a poet Amir Khusro used the word Hind. In why he used the word Hind in Hindi, the term Pardesi. See, Amir Khusro used the word term Hindi for what? He has used the term Hind for complete India, for complete Bharat country. Means he used nowadays also we call the whenever we want to salute to anybody, that time we say Jai Hind. You know, this Hind word was coined by Amir Khusro. This Hind word was coined by Amir Khusro, and he was a 14th century poet in the court of Alauddin Khilji. In Hindi, the term Pardesi was used to describe an alien. Alien means what? The person who is not related uh, with their country or with their region wherever they are living. In Persian, it was called Ajnabi. See, Pardesi was used to describe alien, or alien means what? A person who is not related with their region or who is not really living in their region. And in Persian, this term, this term was used as Ajnabi. Ajnabi means what? Ajnabi was with unknown person. Ajnabi means what? Unknown person. In the same way, in the past, the foreigner, this term was also used. The foreigner, this term was also used for what? For the unknown person. Initially, foreigner means doesn't mean that the person who's belonging to any other country. Foreigner means simply means unknown person. Means if the person has come from a different kingdom also, from the same subcontinent, from the same country, even then the people were calling them foreigner. And the meaning of foreigner means what? The meaning of foreigner means the unknown person, not the person who has come from another country. But see now how the changes have occurred today. Today we use this term foreigner for the person who is belonging to any another country. So this much of the changes have also occurred in the uh, words and the terms uh, in this way. Now historians and their sources. In this part, we are going to see that what are the sources of the historians to study the history. See, the information about the medieval period is derived from the two sources. Which two sources? This information is derived from two sources like archaeology and literary. Means we have derived this information not only from the books, we have also derived it from archaeological studies also. Archaeological sources available to us include monuments, temples, coins, tombs, ornaments, and paintings. You would have studied or understood the meaning of archaeology in the last year. What is archaeology? Archaeology is the study of the old objects. So, archaeological sources available to include to us to include like monuments are there, temples are there, coins, tombs, ornaments, old paintings. All these things are the sources of studying the history. Since paper became available in good quantum, a lot of written accounts in the form of chronicles. See, in this medieval period, the paper was available, the paper was invented, the use of the paper started to take place in the whole subcontinent, and therefore, since paper became available in good quantum, a lot of written accounts in the form of chronicles, autobiography, farmans, and accounts of foreign travelers is available from this period in Persian and Arabic languages. That means, as the paper was available, so many of the chroniclers and autobiography writers were there, and they started to write all the things which were happening in their surroundings. For example, if any chronicler is hired by, or we can say patronaged by any king. So that chronicle started to write about the life of the king or the autobiography of the king. In this way, farmans were written down. Whatever the farmans were there, you know the meaning of the farman. The farmans are the orders of the king. So all these were written at the time because paper was available in a good quantity that time. So in this way, the travelers were also there who were writing their accounts of travels in various languages like Persian and Arabic languages. See here the pictures of some of the sources and evidences are given like manuscript is there, ornaments are there, coins are there, old sculptures are there, old buildings are there. These are all the objects from which we can, or these are all the sources from which we can study the history. Now, in the country, at the same time, the new social and political groups have started to come. In this medieval period, new social and political groups have started to come in our country. So, study of the thousand years between 700 to 1750 is a huge challenge to historians, largely because of the scale and variety of development that occurred over the period. Why the study of the medieval period becomes so challenging and so difficult for the historians? Because in this period of time, so many changes have occurred in social and political groups. So many changes, so many developments have occurred in this period, especially among the new social groups, new social and political groups have came to our country, and therefore the history became so difficult to study. And it was a period, this medieval period was the period was of a great mobility. Mobility means the people were moving here and there. The kings were uh, battling. The kings were moving here and there, winning the victories and all that. One such group of people was Rajputra, and to them we called as the Rajput today. Other groups were also there, warrior groups. They were the Marathas, Sikh, Jat, Ahoms, Kayasthas. They all were coming to. They all were emerging at this time. These all political groups and social groups were emerging at this time. Throughout the period, throughout this medieval period, there was a gradual clearing of forest. Means there was a continuous clearing of forest and the extension of agriculture. So this was the period when the agricultural lands were extended in the forests also by cutting the forest. Challenges in their habitat forced many forest dwellers to migrate. Many people have migrated from the forest. Means those who were living into the forest, those were the forest dwellers. They were migrated to the city areas or into the villages. As society became more differentiated, people were grouped into jatis or subcaste. You know very well, the jatis and the caste exist today also. So that was the time when the people were grouped into jatis and caste and ranked on the basis of their background and their occupation. Means whatever the work or whatever the profession or whatever the occupation they were doing, accordingly their rank was decided. Some were some were described as the high caste, some described as the lower caste. In this way, society became more differentiated and the ranks were not fixed permanently. Whatever the ranks were given, that was not fixed permanently. Nowadays, you know very well, all the ranks are fixed permanently. But that time, the ranks were not fixed permanently and varied according to the power, influence, and resources controlled by the member of Jati. Means, if the member of the Jatis are having more and more resources, more and more power and influence, then their rank was fixed at the top, and if they are not having any kind of power, so their rank was considered as down. In this way, this kind of social and political groups have emerged. As you can see, the uh, Maratha kings, Ahom kings, Sikh kings, Kayastha community, who was the scribes basically. You know the meaning of scribes? Scribes are the people those who are writing the manuscripts or writing with the hands. There were some, you know very well that Rajput kings were also there. These Rajput kings also took place in our country or emerged as a very powerful kingdom. So in this way, you know, and yes, the very importantly, Jats. The Jat kings also emerged in the new social and political groups of our country. So this is how we have done till now. Remaining part of the chapter we will discuss in the next period. Thank you very much.